So Stella laid down in front of me, so I can't. I had to move it again in another awkward place. And a minute ago, when I jumbled my words, I'll be right back, or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, so I want to also talk about kind of the stuff that's going on currently. And because right now, like we've been watching this whole time with the this whole time with the brainwashed people, right? The people that are the most deep into this consciousness experiment. I don't know what, you know, it seems like there's a bunch of different experiments going on at once. So, but the people who are the most brainwashed, you know, that you can't interfere with the stuff that they see. They can only see what they see. They have certain words that that are meant to give them certain emotions. Like it is so bizarre, especially when you can point stuff out to them and it doesn't sink in or anything. So we know things are about to have a big shift. So it is interesting to watch how this is going to affect people. And I've been saying all along, it's going to be a huge thing of ego stuff is about to be just lambasted on them. It's going to be a definite look in the mirror at yourself, because all of it, the thing that I find fascinating is the people I know that are the most brainwashed, they have a certain way that they believe things should be, and they are completely the opposite of what they think. Like it's weird. It's so bizarre. Like they have no idea of certain things and what they support and stuff. Just like when I had said, you know, that my daughter was always anti-establishment, you know, no corporation, and she went through this real hippie kind of phase, you know, once when she became vegan, which I kept telling her, you got to stop with this vegan shit. You got to just try and eat natural, eat the closest thing to natural diet as you can, because all of that stuff is just filled with chemicals. And like I said, they've got chemicals having chemical reactions inside of our bodies. And like today, my joints are so fucking stiff. Oh my God, it's horrible. And I know that's toxins, you know, I just know it is. And so, you know, I was always like, you got to try and get on a health, you know, where you're eating as most natural kind of food that doesn't have preservatives, because even that food is tampered with. So then, for her, you know, that she was very, you know, she questioned things. She thought deeper about things. She wanted to know what other people thought, it seemed like. And then, whatever this has done, I mean, she's a college graduate, so I don't know what intensive training goes on in there. But whatever it was, it took that out of her, that questioning them. She'll question me because I'm anti-them, so then I don't make sense. But she was, you know, it's like her mind has been bought by them, and she doesn't even recognize that she has sold it to them. And they have control over her information and everything, and she doesn't see that that's the way it is. So I said that, you know, I wish that you could think about, you know, that you are supporting what you used to be against. You're supporting those people. Now you're supporting corporations and stuff like that. Like what? And trusting them with your health and your life and stuff. Yeah, so it's very strange. You know, and all you can do is plant seeds. You can't convince them of anything. It doesn't matter how many logical things you show them. You're talking complete crazy gibberish. And, you know, they're going to have to come around in their own time and wake up in their own time. But so as this is all happening, I know, like, when I see so many of these people in my family and stuff, I know, you know, I know they idolize science. I know that they see themselves as being very virtuous, progressive, and, you know, nobody could get something past them. Nobody's going to get one over on them. They can't listen to your crazy stuff because nobody's going to get something over on them. Well, if it's so fucking crazy, I mean, is stuff going to turn you crazy? Like, do you not have the substance in yourself that you're so in fear of other information? But so these people are all the ones that think nobody's going to get something past them. So this is going to be a huge slap in the face, and it's coming in super hot. And so yesterday I had caught a couple of people, and one of them was Juan Savin on David Rodriguez. And I always kind of get bummed out when I hear Juan Savin, and it's always because he doesn't like sugarcoat stuff. He doesn't like give you a hopium, like, you know, some people try and be like, oh yeah, but I think this is what's going to happen, you know, and we all want certain things to happen. We all, you know, we all think we know best how it should play out. But, you know, I mean, there's a bigger force up above that is watching over, who has their hands in everything, and that they are in control. And so, you know, the universe is taking care of this, and we can't control it. And so that's why you have to have a lot of that kind of letting it go. You know, you can't get caught up in dates and all those different predictions and stuff. But so when you listen to him, though, it always just kind of makes it like, oh, God. When I listen to him, sometimes I'll think, oh, my God, is this going to go for years? Like, oh. But he said that, yeah, the stuff that he said, you can go in and watch it. It was just done last night. I don't know how long it will be able to stay up. But they're going to start going in and really pushing hard on these, like make it to where you can't have your, take away your livelihood, take away your ability to feed yourself. They're not going to let you in stores. They're not going to let you travel. Like, we put major restrictions. There's doctors being trained right now to hold people down to do them. They're going to start doing forceful ones. They are, right now, they have it in as experimental with the FDA and stuff like that. So they're restricted, like they can't come in and make us. But as soon as they get that lifted as it being experimental, they can force it, and they're going to be forcing a lot. The numbers that are over 1 million, over 1 million. Yesterday, I think I said, I heard it was 45,000. I thought that was outrageous. Over 1 million now that they've linked these two. So it's a significant risk, you know, to go in and do it, especially for a sickness you can fight on your own immunity. But, you know, everybody's got to have their own things, and everybody's got to wake up at their own time and figure stuff out. You know, it's hard to understand, but, and so he said that there's going to be a lot of that. Right now, there's so much information, and they screwed themselves on some deadlines. And so now they've got themselves in a corner. And there's a bunch of stuff that is supposed to be coming out, and it's being repressed right now. The media is pretending like it's not existing and stuff. So they're repressing a lot of information right now. So everything is like about to just blow. And the military is not going to just come in until like 80% of the people are awake. He says on board with Trump, but I think it's more on board with knowing that we're in a crisis. And so they watch social media and stuff, the military, to kind of track how, like, the climate, just like I could tell when I was watching Facebook before 2016. I was telling everybody who's going to win. So I completely get how they can do that. And so that's going on. I also saw Charlie and Mel K talking. I got 4 of the top people yesterday the people who I would go to for information. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen in August, but I mean, during this week, stuff is happening. That at the beginning of the month, there was some significant things, even though we didn't see it. It had to do with 1776 and these deadlines and stuff that they didn't follow through on. And so there was a shift in power. And so it seems that the Alliance team has the upper hand. But the whole thing is even when we have the upper hand, we know how crazy violent they are and to what ends they will go to. So that's why, you know, you're still in danger. It doesn't matter. If they have the upper hand, these people are psychotic and they are trying to mass murder as fast as they can. So you have to be aware of your surroundings, of everything going on. There's just going to be like, they're going to continue with the shootings. They're repressing this information too. Like, we don't really get how violent some of these places are and the real significance of how, you know, these criminals being let out and then coming across the borders and stuff like that. Like, there's some serious stuff going on. People are really getting killed every freaking day. So you got to stay safe and be aware. You know, we are in a takeover. And so Charlie was talking about the money thing is it's going, he says, going super slow because as they've been opening it, they've been, like the deep state has tried to reach its tentacles in to get a little bit because they want to like get a little something so that they can, you know, build back their evil enterprise. And so every time that they find a way in that they are, they're seeing who the bad guys are and doing arrests and then moving it forward, but they're closing the holes as they go. So he says it's going slower than any of us wanted and stuff, but it's like we're right on the edge of just a whole change in us being able to see the change in power. You know, it's like the movement's already happening. And so we're already in that. And, but, you know, once we get to that, yeah, you have the good, but we're also going to have a bad. And it's going to be very traumatic, you know, just like when I was talking about earlier about all of these things that led up. Like, I was beat down in life by the time I got to that part of the Dark Night. Like, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out how you're supposed to do this. Like, this doesn't make any sense about life. And it was very, very difficult. And we're about to go into that on a massive scale. So we've still got a lot of hard times ahead, even once we start actually seeing the shift in power and the actual, we get to watch some of this stuff as it's, you know, disintegrating, and we get to experience it. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of emotions. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So, and, you know, I think it's super important to really stay open and try and get as much information. Like, my one daughter who, all of my daughters are at some degree of significant brainwash. And one of them, I had sent her this video. I'll link it in this too. I thought it was super good. It's probably a viral video. I had just seen it. Somebody had posted it. And so I just happened to watch it. I just, was the cover of it that got me. It's always the cover of the title. But the cover of it had gotten me. And it was just this black and white. So if you see it, it's just this black and white video. It's a guy, it's up close of him talking, but his side view. And he's kind of, he just is giving questions and perspective. And does it in kind of a poetic way. But it's very thought-provoking. And he has good perspectives. And so I shared it with a whole bunch of people. And the one daughter said back, no, I'm not watching that. And I was just like, why? Is it just like automatically you've decided if it comes from me, it's crazy? Like, is it crazy gonna, you know, is it catching or something? Why would you cut yourself off? Like, you know the significance of narrow-minded thinking. if only seeing things can be this way, you understand like what happens to a society built on those structures. You can't be like that. You have to be broad. That's the whole significance of, you know, the beings up there, the ones who are watching us. They have a broader perspective. They can see things more clearly. We are caught up in the stuff that's going on. So, you know, the more that you can pull back and see in a broader perspective and understand everyone's different perspective, the more that is, it relaxes you. It makes it not feel so intense. So anyways, I said, well, why would you not want to see that? Like, that would be a significant thing to cut yourself off. Like, what is it? Just because, you know, you think I'm crazy or something? Because then that you put those limitations up to all that information. I said, this is just some viral video that I heard that I thought this guy makes some good points. And isn't that how we become better and more well-rounded, is being able to understand everybody's different perspectives and to see things in everybody's different way of looking at things so that we can understand it in a broader sense. So, you know, I had to point out about that too. It's like, why would you make these limitations on yourself? And you know, you're generalizing or something like, I have no pertinent information. I have nothing of value because you think that I believe crazy stuff. So anyways, if you're doing any of those kinds of things, you know, just step back and look yourself, because all of these things that are happening for these people are all going to be for their growth. Whether they can get through it or not, that will be the question, because it is going to be very significant, and it's going to be a lot of people going through it at once, and it is going to be a heavy energy. But once we do get through it and we get to the other side, it's going to be, you know, super fabulous. But we're going to have gone through hell to get there. So we're still trudging. You know, this isn't going to be like magic and then suddenly everything's perfect, you know. We have to go through the experience. We have to feel the pain so that we know we don't want that. We don't want to build a society like that. We want to have different values. We want to value all people, value all people's opinions, give everybody a place in the world, give everybody equal, like there shouldn't be people over other people, you know? So, you know, we're headed to a place where you don't ever have to feel guilty about having too much, because everybody's going to have too much. There's going to be an excess, but that is also you have to be able to handle that. You know, do you just become a glutton, like never fulfilled? Because you got to look inside. You got to find what is really fulfilling, because people are going to find out money is not that. All of the things that they've given people to use as I don't know, escape routes to life, that they are all empty. You'll never be able to find fulfillment if that's where you're looking, because it's outside of you. In order to find true fulfillment, you'll find it inside of you. So anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and hopefully that helps somebody to think like, oh, yeah, I should go listen to Sue Bob, you know? I don't ever listen to her. I always think she's crazy, but, you know, maybe she has a point that I'm just missing. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you'll find something that you're going to bond on that you didn't even know was there. So, okay, have a great day. Bye.